In Jesus' precious name, amen.
Amen.
Amen. Thank you. Could we have a roll call, please?
Councilmember Davis.
Present.
Hutchins.
Present.
Candia.
Present.
Mayor Pro Tem Martina.
Present.
Mayor Caton.
Okay, I'd like to report that out of closed session, we have nothing to report, but we did have a closed session. And it was one case, CG 54956.9. Nothing to report. Thank you. Declaration of conflict of interest. There being none. Ceremonial matters, we have none tonight. Item 7, items from the public. This is non-agenda items, and if anyone wants to get up at this time, they may.
Yeah.
How you doing, Council? My name is Mike Harland. I live at 1443 Sandy Creek Drive, which is on the northwest corner of Carlson Park. I've lived there for 14 years or so. Ever since they built that park, there's been, and I like the park, don't get me wrong, but there's a lot of issues with that park. Particularly, we had a shooting the other night, right 300 feet from my house, if that far. I happen to be in Vegas on vacation. I get a text from my daughter. I come home, I get the info from the neighborhood, and they're telling me, sure, it happened. We have called the police numerous times to address characters in the park. I don't even want to tell you what we call the park by its slang name. That park has a big detention pond, and it goes down. The police may do a drive-by, but they don't stop there. You physically have to stop, get out of your vehicles, and walk. There's issues down there that need to be addressed. And if you don't address it, you're just inviting more of it. That's my concern. And I understand we've had a few other shootings in this town in the last couple of weeks, or last month or so. If you don't take care of it now, you're only inviting it. That's all I have to say. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm sure that everyone in this town would agree with you. Can we take a look at the problem at the park and see if we can do something about it?
Yes, we can.
Okay, thank you. Number 8, consent calendar. Waive all readings of ordinance and resolutions set by title. B, approval of warrants. C, approval of minutes of August 13th, 2013 meeting. Item D, adopt resolution number 2013, next number, a resolution approving the 2013 street repair project as completed and authorizing Ed Caton as mayor and Michael E. Holland as city clerk to record a notice of completion.
I'll make a motion, we approve the consent calendar as is.
I second that motion.
Motion been made and second. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carried. Next item is public hearing. There's none tonight. Item 10, regular business, report on mutual aid agreement with Merced County.
I'll take that, Mayor Pro Tem. Thank you. Good evening, Mayor Pro Tem and council members. Tonight before you is a mutual aid agreement that would be extended with Merced County. As you know, Newman and Gustine are located only 4 miles apart. There have been many instances where we have provided mutual aid to one another, and not only in fire but also police services. This particular agreement that you have before you tonight deals specifically with fire services, and the agreement, what it's doing is it'll bring clarification to who's in the command authority. Because of fire, when you have multiple agencies there, you still want to have a single commander. So it's going to have that. It's also going to be spell out who's responsible for completing reports, also who's getting released at certain times. It also spells out that we agree to provide these services without compensating the the party that's providing the mutual aid at the time, unless that event exceeds 12 hours. At that time, after 12 hours, the incident would transition to an assistance by hire. 12-hour fire in one of our 2 communities is pretty substantial. It's also anticipated that Merced County and West Stand Fire Department, for which our guys also respond as part of the West Stand Fire District Department, will also enter into this mutual agreement. And again, this is just to provide some clarity to this. This item has been already taken before the Merced County Fire Department and the Board of Supervisors, and it comes to you now for approval. So our fire chief has looked at this. This is really just spelling out, again, some of those logistical things and reporting things. We already are providing automatic mutual aid to the community, so it's just more of an agreement, just memorializing things. So I can answer any questions that you may have at this time.
Just one question, Michael. I know this is just a 1-0 response out of Engine 74 in Gustine. If we need more than that, like their volunteer department, we don't have a mutual aid agreement with their volunteer department. Is that going to be touched on at any other time? Or?
We don't have them. We'll have to work with the city of Gustine on that particular piece. I don't think that's going to be an issue. Again, we have a gentleman's handshake agreement for that mutual aid assistance, just like we would still go and report and provide mutual aid to Gustine with our volunteers if necessary. So I don't think that's going to be an issue. But if you like, I could discuss that with the CM over in Gustine and get that memorialized as well.
Because I know if Engine 74 is out over there, they can't respond, but their engine could.
Yeah,
The city engine.
we have other options too. We have West End, with the Crow's Landing. We have Patterson. We have other mutual aid responders that would come out and help us. The reality is, on these types of incidents, we may have 1, 2 tops per year. I think the last one we had was probably Marty's, when we had that little vegetation fire, and it was really to protect the structure. So there's not a lot of these mutual aid calls with respect to fire services.
Any other questions for the city manager? Okay, I'll bring it back to council for direction.
Do we need to make a motion on this, Tom?
Please.
I'd make a motion that we authorize the city manager to enter into an automatic aid agreement with Merced County Fire.
I second that motion.
Motion's been made and second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Okay. Item 11, items from District 5, Stanislaus County Supervisor is not here tonight. Item 12, items from the city manager and staff.
Thank you again, Mayor Pro Tem. Just want to remind everybody, Fall Festival starts this weekend. There are events all week long. I know they've already had the fashion show. I believe the Little Miss Newman, Little Mr. Newman, and Miss Newman contest occur on Thursday night. Evening Under the Stars is Friday, and then you go into the park on Saturday and Sunday, and I believe they're also having a softball tournament on Monday as well. So please check your local newspaper for all the events and time for which they're starting. Just want to remind everybody that on Labor Day weekend, on that Monday, which is September 2nd, city's offices will be closed due to a federal holiday. And then lastly, as you know, our Public Works Director has vacated his spot and taken a position with another organization. In the meantime, Perfecto Milan will be serving as our interim. We did receive a total of 16 applications for the position, and on this Thursday, we will be interviewing 7 of the 16. So, can answer any questions that you have at this time.
Any question? Okay. And staff?
Nothing tonight.
Nothing tonight.
Mr. Candia?
Nothing tonight.
Nothing tonight.
Nothing tonight.
And I have nothing tonight. So with that, I'll ask for adjournment.
I'll make a motion, we adjourn.
I second that motion.
Motion made and second. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion adjourned.